Welcome to the M&J podcast. Business news, business updates. And today I'm joined by Chabutu Achoro. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. Hello, viewers. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to be here indeed. So how's been your week?
Well,
we are almost coming to...
You know what? I even get to forget the day of the week.
Yeah.
Because for us as business consultants, we don't work looking at the calendar. We don't work looking at the clock. We are here to serve our clients. We are here 24/7 for our clients to ensure that we build the timeless businesses. So it's one of the hectic jobs that we have, but we love it. We love building timeless businesses.
Yes. So there's been any interesting topic I've been hearing from a lot of business people. You know, you browse through a newspaper, you browse through a story on social media. There seems to be a trend whereby most entrepreneurs are adopting these systems, these softwares rather. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you hear someone saying, we ended up abandoning the software because it's not performing as we expected. So how can we solve those challenges?
Wow. You know, it's one of the most painful parts that or the reality that we get to face on a daily basis when you are consulting with clients.
Yes.
They will even tell you that we even started with this software, it failed. We thought that this one was going to work, it failed. We talked about this one. Now we are on the 4th or 5th software.
Yes.
But there are many factors that makes the implementation of the software fail. So I'll touch from the beginning itself. Like I indicated that we take softwares like an IT solution that we are just putting in place.
Yes.
And we end up thinking like IT people. But in actual fact, what is critical right now, there are many factors that you need to really look at before you implement a software. So number one, you're talking about the business systems or the environment that is there. So if you are going to be having someone who is blinkered or blinded by just having the task finished to say, I've been tasked by my client to implement a software, so I'm just going to be focusing on implementing a software, that software might fail. Because number one, you need to understand how is the business even structured? Do we even have the right people that can be able to utilize the solution? Because a system on its own, it won't work without the systems, without the right people. I'll even get to laugh or even get to be pained after even laughing. To say at one point you get to have someone implementing a software which needs internet connectivity, but the internet issue was never even discussed throughout the whole engagement. You get to realize that, no, the software is not working. Then you're saying, no, it's because of your internet. But these are the things that you should have checked prior to implementing and recommending even the solution to the client. Number two, the people, do we even have the people? They expect the system or the software to perform some magic or some miracles. It has to be producing the financial reports, but you get to ask, do you even have any finance person in your organization? There is no finance person. And there's this one common funny thing that is now there to say, people, they'll just say, we have got an administrator. Then you are now asking, say, what are the responsibility of this administrator? That where you get to see that there is even chaos. Even right now, if you're going to implement a software, we haven't solved any problem. Because they would be thinking that because this so-called administrator is overwhelmed with the task and all those things. So if we are going to put in a software, it will be easy for this person. But in actual fact, you have not solved any problem by putting a software. You have just changed or replaced the manual chaos to a digitalized chaos. And it will be more painful because with the digitalized one, you would have pumped out money. So we are also looking, apart from that, you also look at other factors like how the system was implemented. Was it in line with your processes? And also even the post-life support. Because it's not an event to implement a software, but it's a process which will take time. So you also need to take into consideration the post-live period, how we are going to be giving support to the end users to ensure they fully adopt the software.
All right. So yeah, I get it. As consultants, I know most of us, or some of us in the consultants business,
Sure,
we are just there to take the money.
Hit
and
and
then we
run.
disappear. Hit and run. You find it's someone that just came from another company, they saw an opportunity, and then they take the money and then they go. So how can we assist our clients so that they don't get this kind of hit and runs? What measures can be put in for you? What measures can be there so that there is at least some sort of support, if we can say it, support for the system that has been implemented?
Well, you know what? I wouldn't want to really term it support. We are as M&J, we have since moved from that term or that concept of support. I'll explain.
All right.
So support is reactive in nature.
All right. Yes.
I wait for my client to identify that they have got a problem. Then they reach out, then I give them the support.
Yes.
But from the experience that we have been getting from all these years in business consulting, you get to see that most of our clients, trust me, they don't even know that they've got a problem.
All right.
Have you ever gone to a doctor, you are fit or you seem to be fit, then you just get excited and say, let me get tested. You can even end up being stressed. Yes, because lots of problems and lots of issues are going to come up. So you might not even know. It's the same with business owners. They might not even notice or know that they have a problem. But some of them, they're just comfortable with having the software invoicing only, or even through a point of sale only, getting to be serving the clients, and they say, I know everything is okay. But now we have come up with a model which we term the systems assurance plan. So the systems assurance plan, it's more like a partnership that we are getting with our clients whom we are implementing softwares for. To say, after we have implemented, we have trained, we have configured the system according to your requirements, according to what would have scoped, we then now look in terms of having that long-term partnership where we do not wait for our clients to identify that there's a problem. On a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, we are getting in touch with them, having sessions with them, evaluating what they've been doing, identifying the gaps for them, and also checking whether they are still also getting the reports that they are supposed to be getting. For some of them, they don't even know the reports that they are supposed to be getting from the software. So you're now getting to look at the gap to say, what kind of reports are they getting? Is the information that is being captured within the software accurate? The integrity of the data? You're looking at the end users. And the most painful part as well is much of the SMEs that we have, they do not have employees that are going to be staying for long.
Yes.
It's unfortunate that our graduates, they are always looking for greener pastures. They don't want to make where they are greener.
Yes.
So you are working with someone who is always looking at vacant mail, who is looking to be to be applying for the next job. Yes. So imagine you have trained all these people. Yes, they have grasped the concept, but they are moving to another organization. You are hiring new employees who are not even trained on the software. Then, so definitely the software will fail. So as part of the systems assurance plan, we know that this is going to happen. So we are also there to onboard the new employees that are coming in, ensure that they have a soft landing. They get also to be trained through that systems assurance plan. So change, it takes time for it to become a culture. So we are constantly also monitoring. If we see that there's a gap, for example, we are monitoring as we get into the system, we are evaluating what has been done. You get to see that sometimes people, they can say, we've got a CRM. But the CRM, we see that the whole month, only 2 new leads were entered. There was no even any follow-up that was done. So we are now already seeing a red flag that no, the client is not fully utilizing the solution. Then we are advising them now to say there is a gap. We are understanding, okay, fine, is for you to be able to make decisions on a daily, weekly, or periodically, what kind of information do you need? Are you getting it from the system? then we realize, no, we also take that there's another gap.
Okay.
We also see, do you even have dashboards that are going to be giving you quick and informed that are going to give you quick information to make quick and informed decisions?
Yes.
Then the answer probably will be no. I'm still relying on asking Gordon, how far are we with this? I'm still also approving things through WhatsApp. I'm still relying on that one person. So we know that definitely the system is not working. So we now look and say, after identifying these things, we recommend now to our clients, what can we do to then get to be correcting that? If everything also is working, things are changing on a daily basis. The organization also, the dynamics, the process, they are changing. We also need to be testing the system, how it was set up. Is this still in line with the new processes that are there? So we are always ahead to ensure that our clients, they get the best value out of what the system's assurance plan.
All right. So maybe as your parting shot, what would you like to say to that entrepreneur who's watching us right now? They are considering getting an ERP software, but they are also hesitant because they might end up dumping the software and going back to the manual way of doing things.
Well, my advice is, number one, if we are then getting to be selecting the implementation partner, these are the important questions that you need to say. Are we getting into a relationship, or we are probably getting in a transaction?
Yes.
So if you see the signals or the signs that this is a transactional issue, then definitely that's not for you. Implementing a software requires a relationship where you don't end by just dumping a software to a client, but also show the concern and also even feel the pain from because as an implementer, you also need to be putting yourself in the client's shoes. Feel the pain if the client is not fully utilizing the solution. But it's unfortunate that most of us, we think of manifest. As long as you were paid, you no longer think about the client to say, are they still getting the value out of the solution that they invested? And that's why it's also easy for us implementers to say, when the software fails, we first point the finger to the client to say it's not working because of the client. But what I believe in, if we are going to be implementing a software right now and it fails to work, before I point the finger to the client, definitely it's us. There's something that we missed. There's something that we didn't advise the client correctly. So my beloved entrepreneurs, business owners that are there, I know you want to streamline your processes. You want to make a decision. But what you definitely need to look at is a long-term relationship with your implementation partner, someone who will hold your hand and ensure that the implementation is successful now, tomorrow, and in future.
Wow. Thank you very much, Taku. And it's always an honor having you on this podcast.
No, it's my pleasure. And thank you so much again for having me.
Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been it, the M&J podcast, where we're talking about why it's important to have a partner that will work with you through the implementation and after your ERP has been implemented. So from me, Taku, and the crew behind the scenes, it's goodbye for now.